Tuesday morning. Got to take Will up to Fremington now to dig some beet. George has just gone out in the sprayer just to do a washout. He's got some liquid fertiliser to spray on the winter wheats. Those plans have come through from the agronomist, so we'll get them sorted. The T0 spray. Still too cold for the weed control spray to go on, but we'll get the first fertiliser on. And yeah, when I'm back down, we'll see what the rest of them are up to. We're up in Fremington. Will's got the beet harvester going. The field we're digging, it's got sheep in the field. Farmer's grazed some of the field over there on the far side, but he's let the sheep into the rest of the field as well. No sign of him as to whether he's coming to move them at all, but he did know we were coming this morning, so I guess we'll just have to crack on and hope they keep out the way. When it comes to farmers growing beet, you find that they fall into two groups usually. Some will graze their beet and the sheep will eat the tops first, and then once all the tops have gone, you'll see them out in the field. It looks like a bare field, but they've still got the beet to eat underneath. And then there's some that will harvest, chop it and feed it to their cattle. When the sheep are in the field grazing, they take the tops off. If you're then going to harvest afterwards, you do find that the beet doesn't keep as long in the field. Once the tops have been eaten, it will start to rot. So not ideal having the sheep in here grazing, but something that we'll work around. Get the beet out the ground, having a look at it. Some of the beet you can see it's already been starting to be eaten by the sheep, so how it will turn out, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll dig it out and see how it looks. You can see from here the beet's been pretty well grazed by the sheep. They've taken most of the tops off and they've started taking some decent chunks out of the beet as well. So we're just picking up what's left. We are on to first application of fertiliser on the winter wheats. So we use liquid fert from Omax. It's 26% nitrogen. So we're just gonna fill the Bowser. George has taken one load out and he's already headed off to some of the blocks. I'm gonna fill the Bowser so we can meet him and keep him spraying all day without having to come back and forth to the fertiliser tanks. So Harry's just filling that and he will go down and meet him with the Bowser and we'll catch up with him in a bit. So to pump the liquid fert out of the fertiliser towers, we've just got these mobile pumps, and for the second year running we discovered the pump left on its side in the back of the Bowser. And for those of you that used liquid fert before, you'll know how corrosive it is and how much it can really destroy a pump. So we've had to buy another new one, but in the meantime they have managed to get one of the old ones going again after rebuilding it this morning, so we do have a spare now. But just a reminder to anytime you're using liquid fertiliser to keep everything washed and clean after using it, because it is evil stuff. So as you can see here, this is 2 years old. This one on the floor is a year old, and that's brand new up on the workbench. Not the most efficient way of pumping fertiliser when you've got to buy a brand new pump every year. So yeah, probably something we'll put down on the to-do list over winter next year to make sure that the pump is out of the back of the Bowser, washed down and kept in the dry. Here's a nice one for everyone that likes to see issues and problems we've got. Bit of a problem with the hitch. Not entirely sure how he's managed it. It's been discovered this morning. Jamie and Ant are on the job fixing it and straightening things and welding bits up. Any ideas on what you're going to do, lads? We won't do that. You can see here how twisted it is. We think the most likely thing that's happened is we've come in here with the drawbar on the trailer and lifted with it not on the actual hitch, which has just twisted it around. So Jamie and Ant are going to put that right this afternoon, and hopefully, yeah, hopefully no issues from it. Come back up to move Will from Fremington to Torrington in the harvester. He's literally on the very last single row of beet, and yeah, so he's literally picking up one row and he's finished the field. And while I was on the phone to him then, the machine stopped dead. All that's working on it is the beacons. It's completely died on him. As yet, not sure what the problem is. We've made a few phone calls to Riley's to work out what the issue might be, but at the moment we are at a loss. You'll see here that Will's been tipping the beet in a pile in the field because, strangely, Vosa pulled the tractors and trailers over this morning, saying that they couldn't have beet loaded above the sides of the trailers, which is fair enough, but then told them that they couldn't have beet in the trailers at all without them being sheeted and netted, even if it's lower than the sides, which was news to us, but that's what they've told them. So at the moment the beet's in the field until they can sort that out and load it up and move it that way. But that slowed things down for the farmer this morning, which wasn't ideal. While me and Will were up at Fremington messing about with the beet harvester, having trouble. George was going spraying in the Horsch Leeb, spraying liquid fert. Harry's in the 8400R, fert Bowser. The sprayer will suck the liquid fert straight from the Bowser, whereas we've got a pump from the towers into the Bowser. So yeah, they're there, filling up, and there's George setting off on the headland. This is on ground that's between Torrington and Bideford. So this application will be a slightly smaller dose, and then we'll go on again later in the spring with its second dose. So it's just George finishing off that headland. So that's what they're up to this afternoon. They got between 400 and 500 acres sprayed today, so that's a good chunk of it done. Hopefully get the rest of it done later this week, and then that's the first 10 applications will complete. We've just gone off and got a couple replacement 60 amp fuses, hoping that it was going to be as easy as that. That was the first thing Riley suggested, because it would be the quickest, easiest fix if it was that. But no luck. It's still not responding at all, so it is almost certainly some kind of electrical relay in there that needs to be sorted. Again, hopefully not the hardest part to get hold of. There's a lot of class electrical parts in the cab, so hopefully we can source one of them pretty easily. But at the moment it's looking pretty bleak for today. So literally that little tiny row of beet left to harvest here before we were moving, and that's put an end to harvesting. See over there, there's Stephen Seagull watching on. The sun is starting to go down. We've got Jordan from Small Ridges here, having a look at the electrics and the motherboard in there, on the phone to someone from Riley's who deals with Vervaet machines, just trying to work out where we're going wrong, whether certain relays aren't working, just checking for every fuse, every relay, making sure that power's getting where it needs to get. It's just a long old process of checking everything at the moment. I imagine we'll be here for a while, so probably call it a day there, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow for the Southwest Agriculture and Machinery Show. So we'll have a look around there. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. Cheers.